It is my pleasure. First of all, I'd like to send apologies on behalf of Her Excellency Umama Phumzile Mlambo-Ngcuka. She had to travel on, she had to stay out of the meeting today, even though she was meant to be here. She's one of the pioneers of this event today, but she had something she had to attend where she could not miss it. But because she always thinks ahead, I was able to visit her on Monday, Ekaya, and we had time to sit down and have an intimate chat together. And luckily enough, the team thought, let's just put cameras so we could have a conversation, and maybe, God forbid, because we know they're always traveling, something happens and she can't be there or she has a meeting, you can share it so people can get to see her. She's here with us in spirit. And of course, we have the Umlambo Foundation interns that are here, and the Umlambo Foundation team. And as you're aware, Umlambo Foundation is one of the partners that are here hosting this event today. So we'd like to give a warm thanks. I think Umama Lakona, if she can see us, she's watching, please give a round of applause. She can hear your row in the room, as always. And she is the pioneer of the Women Lead Forum. As it was said before, she's the one who launched it with us in Tanzania. So we know we always have her support and beyond. And so I just invite you briefly to watch the short interaction I had with her. Thank you.
My name is Dr. Sindy Zemura. I'm the founder and Chief Executive Officer at Southern Africa Embrace Foundation, and I'm here today with Her Excellency Dr. Phumzile Mlambo-Ngcuka. Mama, please introduce yourself.
I am Phumzile Mlambo-Ngcuka. I live in Johannesburg. I work with a foundation called Umlambo Foundation, which is working in schools and with teachers. And before that, I was in the South African government, and I was also in the United Nations.
Thank you, Mama, for that introduction. It takes me right to the question of, now you are leading with purpose, doing something that not that you didn't love your previous roles, but you are leading Umlambo Foundation. May you tell us a little bit about the foundation?
As you know, I was working a lot with women around the world at the United Nations. But now I work much more intensely with younger women. These are the ones that are at school. Right now, this is our future. This is where we need to invest for the future. But to get to them, you actually need teachers to do the right thing, to ensure that the girls will thrive, will be successful academically as well as citizens. So our foundation does curriculum development for the teachers, but also on the side, we're looking at the soft skills that the girls need, how the girls must regard themselves as leaders, how the girls must avoid to be abused. They should know the signs, as well as how the girls must see themselves as people that are responsible in their communities.
You are very passionate about, not were, but you are passionate about the girl child. We saw this in the work that you are doing at UN Women. We've seen it in the work that you continue to do. But I have to ask, we thought probably Umama is retiring when you left UN Women, but here you are today, you're still going. What are some of the lessons that you've brought on with you to where you are now that you can give to some of us who are continuing to work even in our younger ages, and we're looking at you saying, one day I hope to achieve as much as Umama has achieved or is achieving, and I hope that I can continue to have the strength to do what she's able to do now.
Yeah. You know, it's both about having people you can share your experiences with, so that they can take what they need from your experience. Not everything I've done is useful, but to the extent that aspects of my work are useful, I like to stay involved, because if I sit in a board chances are that whatever we will discuss, I have seen it 100 times before. So I can then bring those experiences in that particular situation. You know, my message to young people is to make sure that you have a work-life balance. I didn't have it, but this is the message. If I were to live my life again, I would try. I would say to young women with young children, your children are the most important asset in your life. Young women and fathers, because this is a joint venture. Parenting is about both sexes taking responsibility. If as a young parent, you have to go out of a boardroom to go and watch a soccer match, so be it. Yes. Because you're actually giving your children a memory that will give them the strength they will always need. In a boardroom, someone will always sign the papers. Your life does not depend on the number of boards you have sat in, but in the number of memories you have created for the younger generation. So if I don't share anything else with the women, with you as well, and people come after me, that is the most important example. But of course, we grew up at the time of apartheid. We wanted to dismantle apartheid and we gave it our all. I just hope no other young person has to do what we did. Because in the process of doing that, our work-life balance was totally out of sync. We fought so that your lives will roll out better. But we want you to give us another future that we have not created for ourselves. Because it just was out of our hands. Yours is to see how we reconstruct the country. Yours is climate change. Yes. Yeah. Yours is racism. Yours is peace. Yes. Yours is food security. Absolutely. These are all the issues that we would like to see you running with into the future. And you don't have to be throwing stones at the Boers the way we did.
And Mama, we're sitting here today because in 2 days we are hosting the Women Lead Forum. Thank you again. This will be the second time that you're supporting us in this forum. We launched it last year in Tanzania. You were part of it to deliver a goodwill message, a passage for us to say, I am supporting you, young women. Go ahead and do this. And here we are in Johannesburg. We brought it home. And again, we find you in the forefront of supporting us with this work. Women Lead Forum was launched because we wanted, as young people in the continent of Africa, to launch a network of us working together with our elders, our peers, to support one another, not just in conversations for dialogue, but to ensure that we share experiences, we learn from you, vice versa, but we can always support each other as well for impact. As you're mentioning it, we are not fighting the Boers. We are talking about things that are affecting us today. As you mentioned, peace and security, food security and things like that. Your Excellency, we are hosting the Women Lead Forum on Thursday, and we have some interns that are coming from your foundation. Thank you so much for ensuring that they are coming to the table, not just to participate, but also to leave an impact and to share their voice. What are some of the key things that you found working with the young people at Umlambo Foundation that are impactful and that you'd like for young people that will be in the room on Thursday to take away?
Firstly, congratulations for the forum. I'm really so proud of the effort we have put into this and how it has shaped out. It's hard to believe that it was only last year when you lost it.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine that. Imagine that. And intergenerational forum are important because the older people are able to share their experiences and the younger people are able to project into the future. And we have different lived experiences. So sometimes we look at the same picture and we see different things because we are informed by our lived experience. And in the forum that you are going to be having in the coming week, and for the interns as well, it's really important to raise the bar. For the young people to actually know that there are difficulties, there are stairs to climb, but they're equal to the task. Yes. That they have time on their side, and as a generation, they can organize themselves to achieve something that holds them together as a generation. Because in a group of young people, the world has a chance to begin again. Yes. Because they actually work together to take us somewhere. Like Frantz Fanon said that, every generation has an opportunity to take us somewhere. They have a cause to defend. They can either betray the cause or defend it successfully, but they must know what is it that they are defending it. You're defending the planet Earth now. Yes. With climate change. You are addressing the challenges of food security that we see as a coming threat that will affect young people. But also for young people, we need you to be a bit more thorough with the education. Yes. Because we are just seeing that, sometimes technology give young people shortcuts and then we don't get depth. We want young people to be masters of something. There must be something they know and know well. And for women, you are the person responsible for your destiny. Absolutely. Just make sure that you are in charge and you actually stand up and you lead for them. I mean, you lead for yourself and for sisterhood. And for every group of women, they must not forget sisterhood. It is absolutely important to be in solidarity and to work together, because you know what, there's a special place in hell for women who don't support other women. Mm-hmm. So whenever women get together, you have to remind them, you are here, we're fighting these different struggles, but support each other. Yeah. And to men, this gender mess is their mess. You therefore have to bring them into the struggle to support those men who are willing to take up the struggle and to recruit those who have not, so that they can see their responsibility in the future that we want to have. If men don't take responsibility for GBV, GBV will continue because it is men who beat up women. If men do not take responsibility for ending child marriage, children will continue to be forced into these marriages. So there is such a big role for men to play, and it cannot be just on the shoulders of women. Women are doing too much. Too much. Women must not see this as just their responsibility. It is a societal responsibility, and men have a big role in it.
Absolutely. Well, Mama, we're going to end our conversation so that we don't keep you, but any words of inspiration, encouragement to everyone who's joining us at the forum, and your takeaways?
Eyes on the ball. Eyes on the ball. Choose the things you want to do, who you want to be, and focus on that. Don't sweat the small stuff. There will be diversions and things like that. Keep your eyes on the ball. That's the most important thing, so that you can see this is where I started and this is where I'm going.